You ready? Oh my gosh, I'm lit. These motherfuckers about to get the real me.
We didn't got the real you, I promise you.
No, for real.
No,
y'all did.
I know.
Yeah, you definitely did. I'm a little lit, I'm not gonna lie. So you got me right. I be spilling the beans.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Be Supreme. And we got another special episode today. Y'all know how we do it. We got one of those cold content creators, model, young entrepreneurs, young student, that's taking over the world right now. And I step back, I allow her to introduce herself and tell y'all where she's from.
My name is Tonea, but a lot of people know me as Irreplaceablee.T with 2 E's. .T, I'll make sure I put that up there.
Irreplaceable.
And yeah, it's delusional.
Because you irreplaceable. Okay.
But and I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised. You can call me like a unicorn.
So why would you say you're a unicorn?
Because you don't meet a lot of people from Charlotte in Charlotte. Like most people from Charlotte, they just they go off. It's people that's from Charlotte, they call us unicorns.
So that's what I ain't heard it.
Oh, maybe I feel like I'm a unicorn.
Well, you're in school right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What school do you go to?
I go to A&T.
A&T, my alma mater, North
Aggie
Carolina
Pride.
A&T, Aggie Pride.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your time there?
Yeah. I took a semester off for last semester, but I'm definitely gonna be going back to school this semester. So I'm a little excited, but I'm like a
little nervous?
No, not nervous. It's more like I feel like I got better things I could be focusing on than school. I just really do it for my parents.
Like what though?
Well, like what? I have so many ideas. I want to do a clothing brand, but that's always been the main thing. And I already have it. It's already ready, but it's just sometimes you really gotta secure yourself and your situation. Because I just really transferred my life recently. I'm just literally shifting to just started content creating. So it's I really want to do, and it's really with God too. It's just that's really what I'm focused on, because I realized that the big dreams that I have, the mentality that I had when I was younger, it wasn't going to get me to where I needed to be. I realized that I need to sit back and really work on me real quick, because it's I'm going to be juggling a lot of stuff, and I can't just not know what I'm doing, not being able to know the right decision to do each step I make, because it's going to be so many decisions, so many doors. Right. And it's how do you know when the right door is to open? You feel me? Yeah.
So what do you feel like that transition has been like? Or what even sparked the mindset of I need to transition? Because sometimes it take a while because how old are you?
21.
Right, and you still young. So sometimes it takes a while for a person to understand what they need to do to excel in that part of their life and certain parts of their life. So what caused you to get to there?
I feel like that it's a lot of, life be life sometimes. And sometimes things that you feel should not happen in you, and everything happens to you, it end up happening. And it's you kind of get to a point that you feel in order for me to be happy, I have to actually want to be happy.
Right.
And it's if you're not even happy to be by yourself, it got to a point in my life where I wasn't even happy to be at home. I couldn't just sit at home. I got to go do something. I got to go to the club. I got to go do this. I got to do this. I'm never actually comfortable by myself. And it's how are you not? And then it's I'm a sucker for love. I said that earlier. I'm a sucker for love. So I just always think about how I can, and not even just romantic love, just love period, loving other people. It's just how do you expect yourself to love somebody else correctly? You don't even love yourself. And it's just I I want to learn myself so I can be able to be ready for anybody who does it. And it's like when I love myself, not only am I learning how to love for somebody else, I'm learning to love myself enough to know what I'm not going to like, to set my boundaries, what I'm not going to go for, and be able to weave through the people that's not for me, because I know what real love looks like because I practiced it. And I'm like in a place when I'm so by myself, I'm just practicing it. Yeah.
So do you feel like that's what stage of life you in right now? Like,
yes,
you comfortable with being by yourself?
I mean, I wouldn't even say I'm comfortable yet, though.
So you
like
still
not fully.
you still working on being
yeah,
comfortable?
yeah,
Okay.
definitely still working on it. It's still something that's just like, but I also like I kind of distract myself with like niggas. Yeah.
You entertain yourself with niggas.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just like it's like one of those things. It's like I don't know. Sometimes I just want to feel special.
Okay. So you saying you date?
Do I date?
You date?
I currently just got out of dating recently, like days ago.
Days ago. Oh, this is new.
Yeah, like I just kind of just like I'm just gonna like kind of leave that alone a little bit. Like,
okay. Okay. So what? Can we talk about this?
We can.
Okay. So what caused you to realize that it was something you needed to get away from?
Mainly because I feel like I know what I've been through and I know what I can give. So it's just like if I feel like that what you're giving is not enough for what I can give you, then because it's more of like you don't value me as much as I value myself. And it's just like, why would I even deal with somebody that I feel that way about? Or just like, that's not showing me that.
Right.
So it's just like, it was one of those things that it's just like I can love you, but it's just like, I can't love you if you're not really doing nothing for me. Like, and it's not even me looking for it. Cause that's my thing. That's what gets me, that's what makes me delusional a little bit. Cause I'll be like, you're not supposed to look for that out of somebody. But I'm like, I get it. But it's get to a certain point where you like doing too much for somebody and they taking advantage of you at this point. Like you like, I wouldn't say a people pleaser. I'm just a nice person. Like if I feel like that you like, if you show type of care for me, my love is harder. It's like I times the love that you give me.
And sometimes people can take advantage of them type of people. It's like,
yes.
So what do you think creates a healthy relationship? Like, what do you think embodies a healthy relationship?
I think the main thing, I'm really big on communication. Communication is really like one of the biggest things because that it makes everything else come together. It brings everything to surface. Everything that you're feeling is like all inside. So once you actually communicate it, it comes out for somebody else to actually understand what you're feeling. So it's like I feel like nowadays, especially in this generation, that a lot of people want you to read their mind. I can't read your mind. I don't know what you're mad about if you're not telling me what you're mad about.
Right.
Like, and it's like, especially if it's like the people that's like, you be like, what's wrong? They like nothing. It's like, why would you build that? It's like, it's all about barriers. And I feel like if the person didn't do anything to deserve that barrier, like, and they're actually trying to get there with you. And I understand a lot of people just got trust issues. They can't trust nobody. And it's like they don't want to have to feel vulnerable around somebody because they don't know how they're going to react to it or how they're going to project it on them. And I get that. But it's just like when you choose this person to be with, this is where you're going to have to go get uncomfortable sometimes.
Okay, well, I'm going to push back a little bit. I'm going to push back a little bit.
Go ahead, push back.
So what do you say to a person that would say, like, in that situation, if you're their partner, is your responsibility to make them comfortable and give them that type of comfortability in the space where they can express themselves? Because like you said, like, okay, people go through a lot of different things that would cause them to not want to express whatever make them who they are. So something you would think to yourself, like, oh, you should just reveal this off gate. Like, to them, it might be something they hiding for a reason because they may have needed to hide it in the past. So maybe with you, they're hiding it and not even knowing it. It's just something they're doing unconsciously. So from what you're saying, you kind of would just be like, nah, just move on past it.
I feel like, okay, but I agree what you're saying for sure. It's like one of those things that communication is like, when you think about communication, you're not thinking about, oh, I communicated. Communication is about having the other person hear you. Right. Like, that's why, because there's no point in you just saying, because you can yell whatever you want to yell. One thing about me, you're not going to yell at me. I don't hear anything you say after you start yelling at me. You communicated what you felt, but you didn't communicate in a way that I understood. And that's what's important, because sometimes, like, with communication, you got to realize it's not about you, because you already know what's going on in your head. It's about the other person now. You're communicating to let them know what you're going through, but they're not gonna. You can't let them know about, like, you did this to me, running your mouth, because it's like at that point they feel attacked. They're not here to listen. Now they feel like they got to get defensive. It's a barrier. Like, when you communicating is the way that the other person can understand.
So do you have something that's like a pet peeve that you hate in a relationship?
Lying. I hate a liar.
You hate a liar?
I hate a liar.
Okay, something else. Do you have anything else outside lying?
Lying? I mean, I guess you would say cheating, but I only been cheated on one time in my life. It was just recently.
That was the first time being cheated on?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's jump into that. What's that? What does that feel like? Like, you're 21, it's the first time being cheated on, and so was it like a situation where you caught him red-handed? Like, you know?
Yeah, it was like foolproof. Like, it was foolproof. It was like one of those things, like, the girl had all the messages, all the videos, all the pictures.
Black man on.
But the thing, I broke up with him after. Like, I found out after I broke up with him. I broke up with him for like some months, and then I found out later because I think I posted a picture that was in front of his house. And she let me know, and I was like...
So she came to you like a woman?
Yeah, I mean, no, not really, because, like, she just, like, said a little funny little statement, like, about it being in front of his house, and I'm like, okay. For me, I'm like, I know, like, everybody know who he... Like, people, the life I was in, they knew, like, the people I was around knew who he was. Right. So it's like, I was around her all the time. So it's just like... She was like, oh, that's crazy, kind of like that. And I was just like, damn, what you mean? But I wasn't really overthinking, because I feel like everybody feels some type of way about it. But I can't really go too deep into it, because I don't want to get fed on here, and I can't really go too fed. Okay.
You good. Part of the interview is you have to spin our wheel, right? So we're gonna get our first spin in for the day, and you can go ahead and do it yourself. Flued out. Okay, so flued out. Have you ever been flued out?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
So what was the experience like?
Getting flung out. He actually was crazy. He actually was. Most of the people that have money, they usually are really crazy. They're not just crazy, they're miserable. They just got money. People who like, I don't know. It was like, I met him in Miami. He was like this older guy.
In Miami. Yeah, lit. That's what you was doing. Okay.
Yeah, I met him in Miami because y'all know how South Beach is. It's like,
oh, nah. Oh.
Nah, like, I couldn't even have a good time at that point, because it's like, everywhere I go, there's somebody like, hey, yo,
you was one of them. You was one of them.
I'm like, yo, I just want to get to the hotel room so I can take a shower.
Oh, no, they trying to get to the hotel room too.
No, like, you are not coming with me. I don't think anybody's ever said something like that to me, because I'm like really bar. I would cuss you out.
So, that's how they approach you like that? Okay.
No, they don't approach me like that. That's
no, I'm saying if they approach you, you're rah-rah off gate.
If they approach me like, no, saying they're trying to go to my hotel room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in that way. Yeah. No, I'm actually, at some point I had to get mean, because I just needed to get to my destination. Like, at first, like,
it's too crazy.
Yeah, it's too crazy. Like, I'm not about to say, and I'm a nice person, so I don't want to just be rude and just be like, no. And it's like,
if you're an extremely pretty girl, and you in Miami, you on what was spring break? Ain't no way. Spring break. you getting stopped every
step you go.
For sure.
It got to one point I was literally walking past this group of boys and I was so scared to walk through them because I literally told my friends, I think we should walk around. And she's like, no, just walk through. Like, you just move fast. I walked through. They all like, hey. I'm like, stop touching me. Like, oh my God. That was like so traumatizing. Like, what are you doing? Leave me alone. Like, no, for real.
You already know that was about to happen. You shouldn't listen to you.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like we should have just went around because I was like, damn, like, hold up. Y'all need to move.
I mean, but I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you right, and it's good you had that sense, but it's also sad at the same time. That like,
it is. It's really sad. Like, you can't even approach a woman in the correct way when she walks past you.
Yeah, but I feel like also social media on both sides has made it messed up. Like, I feel like it's sometimes that there's a lot of times that men take it the wrong way when they're trying to, if in person, shoot at a girl, try to get at a girl. Mm-hmm. But I think also it has made women not know how to reciprocate it the right way because you're not used to it in person too. Like, a lot of people just used to sliding in the DMs, like, and that's not what it's supposed to be. That's not the essence of what we supposed. We ain't supposed to be supposed to be depending on social media, and it's getting to a point where we need it for communication in that way. Like, what do you say to about that? Like, do you think that that's something that is an issue going forward?
I feel like social media kind of puts, like, awesome social media is putting other ideas into your head. That's it.
You're right.
It's like it's even to simple things as you thought that was your own idea, but like something made that idea an idea in your head. That it's like I get it. It gets to a point, like, sometimes it's good because, like, when people are actually thriving and, like, you see more of people's lives, basically. People just basically living their lives on literally.
But they only, the only thing about it is they're showing the highlights of their life. Not a lot of people showing.
Exactly, but sometimes those things are even still good to people too because it's like it's motivating you.
Oh, it's great.
Somewhere. Like, you know, like, it's so many careers that I didn't even know was a certain career if social media was never invented.
But it also can be a bad thing because it's a quote, comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
So, like, people can look at people's life and they see all these highlights of their life online. They're like, oh, it's lit all the time. Why I'm not living like this? Why I'm not like this at my age? They might look at somebody that might be way younger than them, like, why I'm not like this? But it's just they're in a different stage. Like, everyone's time is different, and that's an issue that we have to now look on social media and compare our life to others. But it's also good, like you said, it's things that you can be inspired by, but it can be dangerous if you don't know, if you're not monitoring what you're consuming.
Yeah, I get that completely, but that also kind of ties into just how do you feel about yourself? It's like when you're, like, in tune with yourself and you know and it's like, it's hard. But that's the thing. The easy way is to think that you're going to have this lifestyle. Like, believe that you're going to do this. But when you're actually by yourself doing it, that's the harder thing. Because you got to actually believe in yourself to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not believing in yourself. So now you're looking at everybody else. And it's like, they doing this, they doing that. But you could do the exact same thing. It's just like, you can learn anything. Like, don't ever limit. Like, except for, like, I mean, unless you go to, like, a vocalist. But, like, singing and shit, like, I don't know. If you was learning how to sing, like, I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta have a little bit of
You can hold a tone. Like,
yeah, you can hold a tone.
I don't know if you can start singing, but, like, you can really learn so much. Right. So it's just like, you can't really limit yourself. So I feel like it's all about what you put your box in. What's your box? Like, what size is your box? Yeah. Like, literally gotta ask yourself, like, how far will I go? How much more would I explore? I make sure my box is as big as possible. I got this little box that's protecting me, but I'm gonna be moving around. You know, I got a whole little different way of moving because it's like, I know that I need to be protected, but at the same time, don't ever limit yourself to what's on the outside. Because, like, then it's like, you don't never know what you like. You never know what you can learn, what you get interested in. It's so much stuff that I learned, and I was like, dang, I like this.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah, it definitely can be good in that way. But you got to finish your flued out story.
Oh, my flued out story.
You said you met him when you was in Miami.
I met him when I was in Miami.
Yeah.
And he was like this older man. He was sitting outside and he was with his older friends. And you know, my friends are bad influence, but I'm a lot. I'm like, I'm down. Like, I'm not. It's like one of those things. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I don't think we should do. I'm down.
But you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, I would do it, but I would be the main one. Like, I'd be like, yo.
Oh man, that's crazy. You faking it. You the bad influence.
Nah, sometimes. But yeah, I ended up getting stopped there. I sat there and we got a couple of drinks. He literally was like, just take a shot with me because I was like, I'm about to go to the hotel room. He was like, you can't sit down for a second. Like, we can eat lunch. Your friends can eat lunch. And I'm like, I need to go to the, you know, trying to rush. He was like, okay, can we just take a shot? And I was like, all right, do that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
take a shot. We in Miami. We can take a shot.
We can take a shot. Because then I'm going to take a shot and I'm going to leave. Like,
okay. That's the plan.
Now it is because you said you wanted to give me a shot. So now that's the plan because I was planning on leaving anyways. Like, that was not even the question. But yeah, we ended up taking a shot, but I ended up getting his information. But then he was like, basically, he was asking me to come back to Miami, and I kept dodging him. I was like, no. Because it's like, I don't like being stuck nowhere that I really don't like have. Like, I have connections during spring break because I know who out there. Right. But it's just like, I don't really know people that, and I don't trust Miami people. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
they hustling down there. Yeah, everybody doing up to something.
Yeah, like, they just, like, I don't trust them. So it's just like, I don't have nobody that's solid in Miami. So when I went, it was like, just like no events or nothing. Like, nobody was just out there for no reason and all that shit. But yeah, I went out there and I don't know, he bipolar. I think he bipolar. I think he got mental issues. Like, yeah.
So how did you discover it? Did you think he's bipolar? Don't just skip over that.
Because like one time I'm like, you know, I'm always like, first of all, I'm going to show you that I'm that girl. Like, I can be your dream girl if you put in enough effort and I feel like it's worth it, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make you the most happiest man on earth. So it's like, I can't help it. I can't do it. Like, I can't help it. You done flew me out. All right, cool. I'll be nice to you. So I'm out there. I'm cooking. We vibing.
So hold on. He flew you out. Because you met him in Miami.
Because he kept calling me and kept texting me, telling me to fly me out.
So you was on spring break when you met him in Miami.
Yeah.
So you came back to North Carolina.
Yes.
So now when did he fly you out? You just skipped that whole process.
When? I don't know this. So I'm like, how long was time? Like, days be going by too fast for me.
Okay, so spring break, it's some months later, weeks later?
It's like months later. Like weeks. It's like weeks.
Okay,
like,
weeks later, he hit you up. He want to fly you out.
Yeah.
So where's he flying you to?
Back to Miami.
So, he live in Miami.
Yeah.
So he was, okay. So you back in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I was back in Miami. We was vibing, having a good time. Boom. But I think, okay, the first red flag, we went out to eat. And, this girl, she was like, you're so pretty, da-da-da, we vibing out. And I'm like, I'm one person. Like, when person, like, show a good vibe to me, I'm going to show a good vibe back. Like, that's just how it is. But we recently talked about how I like girls. But he flipped out because, hold up, I got to go back. Okay, wait.
Yeah, you got to go back. Come on.
I got to go
DJ. Shot. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so you know how I told you I had my friends with me when I first met him. One of the other guys ended up getting on one of my friends. And she was in town when I was in there spring break, but when I flew back out, we was talking about her because she was like literally in Florida, but she wasn't in Miami. So I called her and stuff, but then we started talking about how like me and her used to. And I'm very open about my sexuality, so I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I am very bisexual. I like girls.
You very bisexual.
Yes.
You ain't just not just bisexual.
Girls.
Very.
Like, I like girls.
Okay.
It's like one of those things that it's like I can't really compromise with you to not have sex with a girl.
So would you like a poly relationship?
I would do it. I would, but it's like one of those. It's not like a goal. Like, it's like if it came to a point when I vibe with two people at the same time.
Right.
Like.
So you think you could vibe with two people at the same time?
Yes. I think I'd be the mediator.
I think that is a fine line to walk, for real.
Like, I could be the mediator because like you always have a third person to look the outside in. Because it's usually just one of those things like when it's just you and that person, it's just you and that person, and somebody looking, it's like y'all kind of both wrong.
Yeah.
At this point, you need to get over this. You need to this.
Are you the jealous type in any type of way though?
I feel like more like my husband would be more jealous of how I treat my girl than how I treat him. Because I like girls. Like
I like girls.
I'm really big on it. Like that's just something I'm really struggling with. I just can't stop my like for women. Like women are so beautiful to me. Like it's just like everything about them. But sometimes I don't even trust myself with a girl now because I know I don't even have the worth right now to even deal with a woman. Like, cause I'm like all over the place. Like I got my head is all over the place. Like I want to be secure. If I'm going to deal with one, I respect a woman enough because I know that my type is very. You gotta be a respectful woman. Like I gotta respect you as a woman, for real. So it's just like, if I'm gonna do that, I gotta be like on my 10 toes because I'm like more of the dominant side of.
Dang! So you the top. Yeah. Ooh, what? No, nobody.
But if it's a poly thing, it's like. No, it's like one of those things. I'm not gonna lie, I can be both though, cause I like to be submissive, but it's only if you can get me submissive. But it's like, cause I'm even like that with men. Like I could be dominant with you. It's up to you if you're gonna over dominate.
But can you be submissive with women? Cause I've talked to women that's like that they like women as well, but they can't be submissive with women. They like to be like the dominant one when it comes to a woman. When it comes to a man, they fine with being submissive.
We could both play that role.
So you could.
We could both do it.
Okay.
We can. Who said we only gotta do one?
So how old were you when you started thinking like this was you like?
Man, I started my first relationship was with a girl. My first kiss was with a girl.
Oh, so your first experience with the girl before a man?
Like, yeah. But it's like one of those things, it's like everything was with a girl. Like most of my sex life was with a girl.
So what makes you sure that you like men more?
What makes me? I'm asking myself that question.
Yes, I know that's a tough one. Yeah,
I know. Makes me sure that I actually
because it sounds like everything you're saying sounds like you kind of like women. I
always have this like fantasy in my head of having a husband, like having a husband,
but that
kids,
kind of that's dangerous too because that sounds like just going more with the norms of society.
It's not even because of what everybody else wants. Because I don't see myself like being with a woman for the rest of my life. Like I don't.
Because you want kids.
Not even because you can have kids with a woman nowadays.
I mean, you
not really like have kids, but you can get a kid.
Okay, don't try to. We're not gonna switch that. I ain't got nothing against y'all, but we ain't gonna confuse the two.
But like you can raise a kid with a woman, so it's like I think raising a kid with a woman, me having a baby, is not any different for me personally because I don't want kids.
You don't think it's any different in between a man and a woman?
I don't mind.
Oh, you don't want? You say you don't want kids?
I don't want kids.
Okay.
So we just get a baby together. We can do that, but that's only if I really love you because I'm stuck with you now because we just got this baby together.
There's a bond, right?
Like that's like
for sure.
You gonna be in my life for the rest of my life. I don't want no kids. I don't want kids.
Dang, how you so sure? Like you didn't say it
I don't
75 times.
No, I really don't want kids. I think the only way that I would actually end up having a kid is two ways. It's only been like 2 people in my life that I actually imagine. Now I've dated 2 people in my life that I imagine myself actually having a kid, and I would be like I can have your baby, like we can get married, we can have kids. Like I see us in the suburbs. Like only 2 people in my life.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like kids. No, I don't like kids.
You don't like kids.
I love animals.
That's tough.
I do not like kids. I feel like it's like I can't be there too long because I'm too real. Like I can't sugarcoat. Like I can't like get into a kid mode. And I think I would be a wonderful mom. Personally.
So do you have like issues with like you don't want to be attached to people too long?
Commitment issues?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, we unpacking here today. Mm-hmm.
I think
sounds like fellas. Y'all be sliding in that DM. Hey, you better be ready.
I don't think it's okay, but it's like I feel like it is commitment issues, but it's just like there's levels to commitment issues. There's commitment issues like to the point that I'm like one of those persons that I can commit, but once I commit, I'm full in. Like that's straight that. I think with the kid thing, it's more of I don't want to fuck up no human being. My parents fucked me up. I watch people fuck. Like parents, like I don't know. I don't think I would be able to bear that responsibility of just like being able to having to guide you through this life. And that's why I say it has to be one of those things that I just decide within myself. But as far as right now, when I think of my future, I don't think of me with no baby. Like
so that's more so your angle where you don't want to take that burden of, I don't want to say it that way, but like you don't want to be the one that's responsible for guiding the child through the life because you know what's out here and you know what could happen.
And it's like, what am I really putting you to? And it's like, and then also it's just like, that's why I say it's like kind of one of the now thing. Like I'm ready to have kids right now. Like I want to have a baby with you. Like that has to be something I have to be.
That's not healthy. That don't sound good.
It has to be something that I have to want to be in. But I don't mind not having kids. I don't mind dying and never having kids. Like that doesn't bother me personally. Because I don't want kids. And I don't like to say it too much because I don't want to not ever have the ability to have kids.
Right.
Because I always want to have the ability because I feel like if it got to a point, I'm not selfish with it though. Right. It's like one of those things like if I was in a marriage and I see that it's compromising with our marriage, maybe it's the wrong reason. But I'm okay with having my person. But if this makes you happy, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make you happy. Let's have a baby. Now, I'm telling you that I might not be ready to have this baby. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why I kept saying no, because I don't think I'm ready. And I don't think I will ever think I'm ready because I feel like I want her to be the best thing ever. And I feel like I'm a perfectionist at everything and just like raising a child I would be beating myself up all the time. I don't think that would be a happy thing for me. So it's just like, I told you that I might not be ready to have this baby, but you want to have a baby and you trust me to have your kid. And we're going to have this baby because I see it's altering our love and I care about our love. You feel me? That's just like how I am. I'm a sucker for love, but it's just like, I like watching kids from a distance.
But you can give them back.
Yes.
Yeah. You be auntie. You auntie.
I'm auntie. That's what I'm telling you. I'm big on the auntie. I'm going to love my nieces and nephews. I'm telling you, I'm going to be like a big part of their lives. Like, I'm that auntie. Like,
see, you give me, you ever heard of the podcast 4 Minds?
No.
Oh, you ain't never heard Drea and Nicole? Yeah, they big. They young women that's in the same mindset.
Yeah.
Like auntie vibes. Auntie vibes.
Auntie, let me get $20. Girl, you always ask me for your money. Here.
Well,
what's your spoiled ass?
Rich
auntie. Definitely emphasis on the rich.
Like, yeah, hey, gotta put it out there.
Like that. Once I come in, you like, I need to go shopping. Like, so you couldn't tell your mama that. She told me I gotta wait. I'm like, we can go tomorrow.
She know who got the bag. Mm-hmm. She coming in.
No, her mama probably got the bag too.
She got the bag too, but you got the bag too.
Like, nah. Like, I'm a spoil. Like, that's the thing. I'm gonna be the problem. Like, her mama gonna be like, you need to stop because when I tell her no, I meant no. And I'm like, she's just a kid. Like she can get some ice cream after 10 o'clock. Like, please. She only live once. Like, please. Like, girl, hop off. Like, she know when auntie come around, I got your back, girl.
You cannot be an enabler. You cannot enable.
No, when it's like too far, I'm not gonna go too far. But when it's the little stuff, it's just like,
nah, it happens.
I'm like a pop in auntie too, though. I'm gonna be way too much. I'm a unicorn. I like to be everywhere. Like, you're gonna see me and you just like, yeah, you're gonna see me, but it's like, you might not see me as long as you think you're gonna see me. And I might just like go away and you just like, I met this girl. And it's just like, I've never met that. I never saw that girl after that, but she was so like Like she was there, like her
Yeah.
presence was everything, and it's just like I just met her, and it's like that's how I like to be because it's like if you know me, you know me, and it's like that should be. I value myself that much to believe that that is a privilege to actually know me, and not in a cocky way. Just like I'm a like genuine person, so it's like being around me is automatically going to give you good.
Yeah, you were saying.
I'm just saying,
You were
is
saying
it worth
before
it?
we even would start an interview, we were saying like, basically like being around you is a privilege, and I agree with that. And I feel like everybody should have that type of mentality. Like if you don't, you're gonna allow any type of vibe or energy around you, and that's gonna definitely affect you throughout the day and throughout your life as you go on.
Right.
Like what got you to the point where you decided that?
I think being hurt by people so many times. It's just like whenever like, and it's like a lot of times I'm like I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. Most of the time I know I wasn't supposed to be like staying or not supposed to forgive that person, not supposed to give that person another chance. It's like I'm already telling myself what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's just like after really realizing like some people just don't change, and some people are just gonna treat you how they treat you because they know they can.
Right.
Power is a lot of that has a lot to do with a lot of problems in these days. Is power. Who's in power? It's always who's in power. It's like you felt like you had some type of power over me that you could think you could do this and get away with it and think I'm just gonna be like, okay. Like, no, I think way too deep for that. I'm like, and it's like, I think way too deep. So if I'm telling you that, that should be something that you keep in mind. So when you do things, I think of it way deeper than you even thought you did it. I knew your subconscious before you knew your subconscious. Like, that's the type of person I am. And it's like one of those things like, dang, I didn't even know I thought of it that way. And I'm like, I knew you did. And it's like, that's what actually hurt me because why would you think of it that way? Like, why do you think that so you can do that? That is like that, like you could have told me that you thought that and I could reassure you that no, that's not how you have to think when it's with me. It's like, yeah. I don't even know where I went with that question. I was just, I didn't take a shot.
I mean, it sounds like a genuine response, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just like, I just feel like, just walk in your truth, bro. You've been through what you've been through. Shit.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and walk in your truth.
That's what people gonna like, be honest. Like,
yeah, because if somebody can relate to me or they can, like I said, different perspective. I always want to impact people. So if I feel like it's okay, I will feel if I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Like some stuff I will literally be like, yeah, no.
Right.
But some stuff I'd be like, yeah, I'll talk about it because it's gonna help other people.
Yeah. Because I watch a lot of interviews, and there's some things that you see, and it's like, dang, or they go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Or what, like,
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, right.
Like,
just open your mind to something different.
Different perspectives. For sure.
Speaking of that, you like to travel?
I like to travel.
Do you like to travel?
Oh yes, a lot, all the time. Oh yes. Okay. Yes, I do. I feel like the main thing with traveling for me, I think that's gonna be the majority of my life though. Like traveling. That's why when I told you earlier,
she want to get out of here.
Yeah, that's why I told you earlier. Like it's like if I have a baby, it has to be someone I feel secure having a baby with. Like I have to want to have that baby, and I don't want kids. So it's just like if I had that baby with you, we have to be. I'm not being nobody baby mama. No,
you gotta be together.
We are together for the rest of our lives.
You want to get married?
Yes, I want to get married. But it would take me a very long time for me to get married. I know it for sure.
Really? So
I'm one of those that you have to be careful if you propose.
So what's the type of what type of years are you saying?
It's not years for me.
Months?
No, it's not months. It's not a time. It's a feeling.
But you said a long time, so it just sounds like you're saying.
No, I know that it's going to take a long. Okay, if I could put a date on it, I don't know. It has to be like years. Like I have to be with you for at least like 5 to 6 years.
You saying that, but honestly,
but sometimes I will feel like I can marry this person right now. That's what I'm saying.
But also like I feel like the man that you really end up marrying, it won't take years for you. It may take years for you to marry him, but it won't take years for me to know
that I want to marry him. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like more of a feeling thing. Like, it's the feeling. It's not even about like that I want to marry him. It's about when I'm ready to.
Right.
Like, when it gets to a point, I'm like, I'm actually ready to spend, because I'm not doing this married shit multiple times. Like, I'm not doing this kid shit multiple times. You will not see me.
I mean, we in the generation of divorce now. Definitely, the divorce rate is higher than like.
And you heard of generation curse before?
Right.
Like, that's what those are.
Yeah.
Divorces, an unsuccessful relationship, is because we never seen one before.
Okay, but you said you would like to be married, but you would also be okay with being single, right?
Yes. I would be okay with that, because at the end of the day, I know that I have enough love for everybody. I do.
Dang.
No, not in that way. In a way of I love doing, like, my love language is service for people. So it's like, that's, I always tell you that I always want to make other people happy. Like, nobody when I'm around, I want to make you happy. Everybody around me is like, you're going to be happy. You're going to get a good vibe. I'm not going to just give up a bad vibe unless I know that you're just a bad person. And it's just like, it's like, if I don't, and I'm a sucker for love. Like, I love love. Mm-hmm. It hurts me so bad, but I love love. I can't give up on it. It's something that I crave so bad. I want to be with that person. Like, that's my person. Like, I love them, and I want to spend the rest of my life with them. I don't see myself with nobody else. It's like, I know I can get like that, but it's just like, if it does not come my way, I know God is going to use me in so many different other ways that I'm going to be loving other people, and not only when I say love people, I'm not always thinking of it in a romantic way. I'm thinking of it as like a genuine way, genuinely loving people. Like, I can love you as a friend.
But I kind of thinking about, like, as you get older and you go off on your own, like, yeah, you can love your friends and stuff, but like, and you by yourself, like, would you be okay with being by yourself?
But that's where I'm like practicing now, like being okay with that, because if you really think about it, everything is kind of planned out for us. Like, it's like, you can't really force something that's not for you. So it's just like, when it comes to something that's for me, it's not going to go away. That's why I believe in going apart from other people, but I believe in coming back. Like, me and my best friend, I live with my best friend now, Gabby. Shout out to Gabby Jules. That's my bestie, my sister. Her mom basically raised me. But yeah, like, when me and her, we grew apart for a while. We stopped talking for like 2 years. Wasn't friends for 2 years. Ain't talk back. She literally came out of nowhere and was like, I want my friend back. We live together. Like, our relationship is so much better now. It even got to a point where, like, sometimes when you're friends, you have to realize that y'all are growing. And sometimes y'all growth is not going to be intertwined with each other. Sometimes y'all got to separate real quick. Right. To grow by ourselves. Because if I was the same person that I was during my growth and I was around her, it would not grow. We would not grow together. We would be just projecting on each other, and it would ruin our relationship. But it's like, it's so much more strength now because we've been through so much more stuff now. And then it brought us together around a very vulnerable time around our lives where, like I said, her mom basically raised me, but she ended up dying, and we found her. So it's like, that's when we came together. And that's what makes it so crazy, because it's like, I literally did not talk to this girl for 2 years. Like, I'm thinking that I would never talk to her ever again, because like, we just stopped being friends. And then it's like, the time that we do come together, she lost the most important thing to her. She needed me at that time. God put me in that position. And it's crazy because right before, her mom was going through something, and we already kind of knew it was about to get there because she killed herself. And we knew it was going to get there, but right in that time, I asked God, I say, God, I need you to use me as a vessel in this family, if I can help it, if I can do something better. And it's like, I didn't understand God when he needed me as a vessel to be with her that day when we found her. But that was the vessel he needed me to play. I'm thinking that I'm about to just change everybody. Like, her mom about to be better, everybody about to be happy. But no, something bad was about to happen. And he said, I need you to be here for her. And he put me in that position because I asked for it. And I was so angry around that time. I was mad because why would you put me through something like that? Like, it was like one of those things, like, I didn't feel like I had to be traumatized with that. But I had to realize that that wasn't about me. Me being there was not about me at all. We literally live together now, growing way more than we even knew we was going to grow. Being in the versions of us that we didn't even think that we would be in that type of version, that amount of growth. And this happened 2 months ago, 3 months ago. The amount of growth throughout those 3 months, it's like one of those things that is just like, some people, like, they're going to be for you. And so you don't have to force it. And I feel like if I feel like that we just didn't do it right now, maybe we can do it later. Maybe you might come in my life. That would make that our situation made me feel that way. I didn't feel like that at first. Because like once I'm done with you, I feel like I'm never gonna see you again in my life. Fuck you. You can.
That's any type of relationship.
Yeah, no. Like once I realized that I just don't want nothing to do with you, I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with you. But like literally, that situation made me realize that sometimes you serve certain purposes in somebody's life that does not have to do anything with you. Has nothing to do with you. Right. He just needs you to be right there. It may hurt you, and it may not be fun, and it may not be comfortable, but you made more of an impact than you think you did.
It sounds like, I think, and this is a question actually, do you think you have good self-awareness?
After a while, like I feel like I can get delusional sometimes. Like when I just be in my own little world, like
I think self-awareness, that is really also self-awareness. Self-awareness is not always like off the rip, like
not off the rip, like
that I'm doing wrong. Self-awareness is sometimes it might take a process of, oh, hold on, I did this same thing before. This is a pattern I'm doing. This is wrong. I need to change something. That's self-awareness. It's not always that you going off the rip gonna know that you doing wrong. So don't discredit yourself for not being able to do that every time. Because when you actually are able to catch it, that means it's significant enough to now you need to change whatever it is. Right. Maybe in the moments when you didn't change it, it wasn't anything that was toxic or anything that could be bad towards you.
I feel like I do have a lot of self-awareness because I always think about everybody else. I think about everybody else before I think about me. It's like my feelings was hurt, but I'm just like, okay. It's like not just self-awareness, it's like accountability. It's like more like that. Like, where did I play a part in this situation? Could this situation be a little bit more easier? Like maybe if I did not come in with the attitude, he probably would have never like came at me.
Yeah.
Like I did kind of come in like, yeah, I'm fine. Like you know.
And that's self-awareness and knowing no matter how, even if you know for 100% fact you were right.
Right.
Looking at the scenario and just seeing like maybe it was factors in it that it could have been changed to help it. Because sometimes you might be right about things, but you might have went about it the wrong way. Like a lot of times people be so ready to be right about things. And that's the reason why we can't have like a great dialogue, because like you want to be right. So you're not really listening to listen. You just want to argue. You want to be right. You ready for whatever I say to end, so you can say whatever you want to say.
And you feel like you're right.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be like that. I used to be a know-it-all. Yeah. It got to a point I didn't have great communication because I wasn't able, like once I feel a certain way, I'm right about what I feel. And that's how I feel. And it was more of like, you can feel that, but you can't expect people to like and that's why I say it's like it's all about how you communicate things. Communicate things in a way that people understand, because it's like, I made it felt like this, but he probably didn't even mean it like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting here yelling at him, rah, it became an argument. Nobody's listening to each other.
Right.
But if I sat here and told you, it hurt my feelings when you did this, and maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit, maybe, but that's just how I was feeling right at the time. I was like, babe, no, I wasn't trying to do that. Actually, I was trying to do this, da-da-da-da. And I'm sorry that it made you feel that way, but that's not really what I was trying to, that was my intentions at all. And you know when it's genuine, you know when they bullshitting. Yeah. Like, because the most niggas who bullshitting is like, why would you think that, da-da-da-da. They gaslight. Make you feel like you dumb. For feeling like how you feel is valid. Right. I feel like a lot of people does not understand that, because you may not be right all the time, but how you feel is important. What the fuck?
Going crazy.
Like, oh my God. Okay. But like,
a lot of them gaslight.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like you should never try to make somebody feel bad about how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
How they feel is how they feel. They might not feel the right thing. It's because it was interpreted wrong. There's some type of miscommunication around there that made them feel like that. Mm-hmm. Unless you actually did that to them. That's either or. It's either a miscommunication or you did it. That's real. I feel like a lot of people don't want to be real about it. And it's just like, you can't be mad at me because that hurt my feelings. Right. I got my own stuff that I'm battling with. So some things might hurt my feelings. Some things might trigger me more than it would trigger you. Because I've been through this, so it triggered me a little bit more. That means a little bit more to me. And I feel like you should never be like, you tripping. It's not that big of a deal. You ODing. That's crazy to me. You're belittling my feelings at this point. You do not respect how I feel. I'm big on respect. I think deep, that's what I'm telling you. Like, with stuff like that, like you thinking it wasn't that big of a deal, but I'm like, yeah, you saying that right now, I'm tripping. Because it's very hard to communicate in the first place. Because you have to be vulnerable. You have to make yourself vulnerable to communicate with the other person that you love, especially when you're mad or you sad, or being able to say this hurt my feelings is already like vulnerability at its finest.
So it takes a while for you to get to that place where you're able to say that?
No, when it gets to a point when it started to disturb our energy between each other, that's why I have to say it.
But I'm saying, like, when you meet a person, does it take a while for you to get to the point where you're able to be vulnerable with them? Do you feel like you put up like a wall?
I guess it depends on the person.
Okay.
Because you have to think, relationships is two. I think we always think about our side when it comes to relationships, but you got to think about both.
Right.
That's the thing about relationships.
No, you're right. I like how you say that. You're right.
It's two. Yeah. So it's just like, if that person makes me feel safe enough to be vulnerable with him, I don't mind being vulnerable. Yeah. But that's what I told you before. I said, if it gets to a point when I start to feel prideful for doing good things for you or being vulnerable with you, trusting you, I feel prideful about, like, should I be doing this? Mm-hmm. There's something wrong. Right. And we need to figure out where that wrong is. And there's no trust. You don't make me feel safe enough to feel like that. Right. And it's just like, I get that. Yeah, I get it. Because I'm not going to lie, I done had people that didn't feel safe enough to feel like that with me, but I felt safe enough to feel like that with them. Mm-hmm. But I've had times where I didn't make it a safe space enough because I was so defensive.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as a man, like, I would say, from my experience at least, I feel like women probably it's a lot. I ain't gonna say easier because I can't speak for the experience of y'all, but they're more willing to go to that place. Like, as a man, a lot of times it's hard for you to just straight open up to a woman because you don't know that she really genuine. You don't know if she really that. Like, a lot of, like, the same way we saying, like, you present yourself in a certain way. Right. So, like, this woman might be presenting herself as great and her vibe good and it's saying like that, everything, but now you really make yourself vulnerable. Like, you really show the real dark side of who you are. And, like, some people have been tucking that away, not trying to show it. And now they show it. And they might show it and a woman not receive that the right way. And now the next time it comes, they're scared to do it.
Right. That is so crazy how you bring that up. Because that's literally my last relationship. Like, not relationship, because, I told you, like...
Situationship.
Situationship. It's sad that I have to say that because why the fuck do I have to put that type of title on our relationship? Situationship? What are we, fucking 12? How old are we?
It's the generation we in.
I don't give a damn.
We're going to say that again. We probably said that about 10 times.
Nah, for real. No, seriously.
I might have to change the title of the show.
But it's also, I feel like, like I said, the last situation that I was dealing with, that's what it was. It was more of like, he got done dirty. And it's like, it got harder for him to actually trust me more because it's like, he actually trusts somebody. And then they like took advantage of his trust. So it's like, and that's where it goes back to what I say that y'all weak-hearted. I don't care what y'all say, niggas is weak-hearted. Like, Y'all niggas get hurt and y'all be about to fucking die. Y'all hurt us so many times and y'all want us to still be this emotional creature. It's because we are. But it's nature. Like, we are naturally emotional creatures. We think of things way more. We think about the gray areas. Niggas is so black and white with things. It's like logic. But as soon as it's something about how you feel, you want us to see the gray area. But we think about how we feel, we over exaggerating. We being dramatic. There's gray area no matter what part it is. Y'all weak-hearted ass, y'all get heartbroken one good time, and y'all ready to sit here and just treat people like shit. You get hurt. Nah, most of these niggas
I'm trying to hold this in. You tripping now.
Because
You
I'm
going
still
crazy.
going. Because
No,
like niggas,
nah,
like
no,
you gotta
we
stop
ain't
me
doing
because
this.
at
We
the
not
end of the
doing
day,
this.
niggas get heartbroken at 8th grade and still be nigga bitches ain't shit.
No, we not doing this. Cause listen, you trying to sit here and go at me. Okay, boom, cool. So you saying once
y'all weak-hearted.
But okay, I understand what you're saying. But when you saying once they go to that level, like, oh, my girl then went out and did this, whatever, what I already been doing, whatever. So
y'all don't know how to recover.
You hurt, dead, boom, boom. Yeah, you saying that. But how many times within that process and everything has women already been crying and hurt and broke down within that?
Multiple.
So how you saying we weak heart? So if you saying like in a way
no,
that we're...
I'm saying in a loving way, not in the way of like accepting, more of giving. Like you don't even imagine yourself loving anybody else because the time that you did love somebody, they treated you dirty, so you blame that on everybody else. So you can't love nobody else.
But that's projecting though. Like that's something that's
I just
different.
see that's
like
retarded.
That's trauma. That's trauma. That's literally what it is. That's trauma. And women
it's
have
me
a different type of trauma.
For sure.
Women have a different type of trauma as well.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But I feel like that we still actually have that emotional strength. Like y'all don't have that emotional strength.
If you deal with a woman that has daddy,
risk it a little bit.
If you have deal with a woman that has daddy issues, you're gonna deal with a whole different set of trauma.
Yeah.
If you deal with a woman that, it's different sets of trauma that's gonna come with any type of issue that comes.
But
even if they daddy
the
there.
sense of trauma that we go through is just way past like. I mean, y'all might go through cheating.
Y'all
might go through cheating, but like bitches go through rape. Bitches go through domestic violence.
This is good because off camera we said, and I gotta put this on camera because we were saying how people do the trauma Olympics, and you're doing it right now.
Oh.
You're doing it right now. Trauma Olympics, where you try to say what I go through is so much worse than what you, but we go through different things and we experience it different.
Exactly.
That's life,
and it
though.
felt differently to y'all.
Right, but like
that's true. That's true.
I mean,
I'm glad you pointed that out because that's real.
Yeah,
that's real. I fuck with real.
And you fell into it.
I fell into it. I'm gonna be real the whole way through because I see it. And I'm so glad that you pointed that out because it's like, damn. It's like, because it doesn't really matter who kind of went through what. It's just like, everybody went through shit.
You gotta cut, and that's where I think that's what keep the argument, like online arguments going. Like it's just certain topics.
Because we always feel like that, like nobody else's feelings is valid enough.
It's certain topics.
You ain't been through this. You ain't struggled. You had your dad. Like it's like all of that. Like. It's like, but like, my dad was beating my ass. Like, it's like,
you don't know what they was
like,
going
you don't
through.
never know what they was going through around that time. Like, not saying my dad was beating my ass.
Nah, but it's certain things you don't know what it is. You just trying to equate whatever it is. You trying to dress it up because you're reading a book by its cover. You don't know what is really actually happening.
That is so crazy. I'm so glad you pointed that out, though. That was dope.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to do that.
Just a real ass podcast. Yeah, what's the name of the podcast?
Don't do that. Be Supreme Spotlight.
Be Supreme Spotlight. Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, don't do you just.
I'm not this.
No, you are.
I told you I have horrible. I told you that.
You will whisper, yeah.
Cause I don't want them to hear.
Okay, no, they gonna hear you.
Be Supreme Spotlight, the realest podcast you ever see.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we were saying it's your next spin.
It's my next spin. Yeah. No, we were supposed to be finished off my flown out story.
Oh yeah, because you didn't finish that.
I did not finish that.
Finish that. How did you get flown out? How did that end?
It ended up happening because, well, no, how did it end?
Gotta get them lips juicy.
I felt my lips a little dry.
Do a lot of talking. It's cool. I got
yeah,
you.
running that mouth. Just running that mouth. Shut the fuck up. Like, but nah, like literally I was doing we was talking about my friend. That's the problem right there. We just getting off topic. Talking about my friend, I was doing it with my friends. I was telling him about it, but he was getting jealous. He ain't like the fact that I like girls. So he thinking I'm about to be like fucking girls on him. But I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really plan on being serious with this nigga anyways, because it's like, you're miserable. And I can tell. I could tell as soon as I came into his house. His house is empty. Big ass house. Huge. Empty. No furniture. Barely got anything in it. Any person that's like that, they don't have substance in their life. They doing something, they not even barely home. You go home to sleep. You don't have no sanctuary. You're not enjoying home.
You gotta enjoy home. You're right.
Yeah, you're not enjoying home. I knew he was miserable. As soon as I pulled up to the crib.
That's a good observation.
A dog that he don't take care of. He don't even got emotional connection to his dog.
Oh, you making great observations. Okay,
no, seriously, I knew it.
Let's see. Let's follow. I'm following you through here.
Yeah, like I knew it. So I'm like, I'm gonna just vibe this out, but I knew I wasn't gonna get serious with him. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm not about to sit here and argue with you about the fact that I like bitches and that it's not gonna change. I like girls.
Oh, so he done made this like he done made it weird.
Yeah, he made it a thing. Yeah. Like, I think until like literally we went out and then I told you the girl in the section, she told me to go smoke with her. I went to go smoke with her. I come back, he spazzing the fuck out. Talk about how like I went back to go fuck that bitch. Da da da.
See, I ain't okay. All right.
Now meanwhile, y'all, this man flew me out. How the fuck I'm getting home? Well, I can get home, but like my flight is not until tomorrow. So I'm like, this nigga arguing me, and I'm like, hold up, wait.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you go back there. Remember exactly where you was at, but I will. That's where I will.
Okay, where was I at though?
That's why I will agree that niggas is weak. Niggas is weak from the standpoint of certain things you can't tell. I got you. See, certain things you can't tell a woman. I mean, you can't tell a man. Certain things you can't tell a man. Like when you tell a man you done mess with a girl that you still around and stuff like that. It's gonna go through they psyche. They thinking about.
But I just like you mad because I fuck bitches.
Nah, but did he ask to like want to be a part of this?
You're not my man.
But no, did he ask to want to be added in?
Nah.
So he ain't even try to be that.
Like,
no, he was
no, because she was fucking with his friend. So it's just like that was not even on. We don't do that. No, we don't do all of that. We don't do that messy shit. I don't like messy stuff. But at the end of the day, you mad because I fuck bitches?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's crazy. You mad because I fuck bitches? Okay.
Especially this ain't in your shawty. Like you ain't.
Like you just flew me out because you're lonely and miserable. Like that's what it is. That's the reason why you flew me out. I didn't know that until I got here, but I figured out why you flew me out.
Okay, so
now you mad because I fuck bitches.
You notice he ain't got no furniture. He miserable. He lonely. So now you.
That's why you flying bitches out. I knew.
Okay, now what else?
Then he started tripping out. We in the club. He flipping out. Now me, I'm an automatically person. Like once you start yelling at me, I don't listen to anything. Usually I shut down. I stop talking. He's like, he going off. I'm looking at him like, because I did not fuck this girl. Right. We went and go smoke like we said we was gonna do, and we came back. You think, and then it's like, y'all, the girl was like 40 something years old. Like, you think I'm about to fuck this old bitch. Like, I'm not. Like, she's not even my type. Like, and then she's like, come on. I wasn't even being flirtatious with her. Like, so that's just straight insecurity.
You with a different girl or the friend? I thought you was with the friend.
No, I wasn't with the friend. It was just a random girl in the club that said, come smoke with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a random girl. Like, she's older. And she's like, we was taking shots together.
Oh, so he just worried about you with any woman.
Any woman. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's insecurity at its finest. Yeah. Like, I was like, yeah, nah, you tripping. That's the reason I didn't even waste my energy on it. So I'm chilling. Then I get there. And once I feel like a vibe doesn't change, like, we got enough time to actually leave the club, drive back home, take a shower. By the time you done taking your shower, if you're not over it or you ready to talk about it, and that energy is still sitting there, I'm not about to play no games with you. We about to sit here and talk about this. We about to do it because I'm not about to sit here in bad energy. That doesn't make sense. Why the fuck we going to sleep?
So after the club, we got to have a deep convo.
Cause obviously this bothered you.
That is tough. I ain't gonna lie, having a deep convo after.
Like this obviously bothered you. I would never let you go to sleep mad, and I would never go to sleep mad. You're not about to sit here and make me go to sleep mad. No.
That is the way you're supposed to do it. Though.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about this. So I'm talking about it. He started acting out, y'all, like throwing shit all over.
Oh, he going crazy.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
he tripping.
Nah.
Y'all, I knew some other nigga in Miami.
Oh Lord!
Yeah,
oh my! This story about to get real crazy.
I sure did. And
so you sleep?
Oh yeah, I left. No, literally, as soon as he started yelling, and he started tripping, and he like, no, it was more of the switch. Once I saw the switch, it was like he was yelling and he was like mad, and then that's when he saw that I was done in my face. Like I was like, yeah, now you got me fucked up, and he switched, baby, da 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 da. You're crazy. You're fucking crazy. You bipolar son of a bitch. You're crazy. Hell no. I started packing my shit up. I'm like, I don't know nobody in Miami for real. I know this one person, so I'm about to call his ass up. I called him up. I told him, I said, listen, and he owned Airbnbs and shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna crash at one of your Airbnbs until my flight in the morning because I'm not about to sit in this airport.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I got you. Let me know when you pop up there, and I'll give you the code to get in. Got my Airbnb, and I went home the next day.
Hey, that's a terrible food out experience.
Yeah.
Golly.
So bad.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
You do. Dang. So, have you been flown out through social media, Instagram, or anything?
No, I've never been flown out through social media, but I've like linked with a nigga like through social media, but from the different city. Like I was in Greensboro, it's not that far, and he was in Charlotte, and it was like one of those things that he was just like, "Let me come get you," da da da. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. When I was like 19, ooh, that girl was wild. Like
you were wild. He's not.
I was just like one of those things, like fuck
Hold on,
it.
you said you're 21, right?
Yeah.
2 years ago. You're not that far removed.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
Well,
but it's like
days.
no, but it's like one of those things like change. Like that change be changing. I'm not gonna lie. You can change it in a short period of time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I changed in the past 2 months, and I didn't even know I was going to change my whole life around actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like around it. It was my freshman year. He said, "Let me come get you," and it's like I didn't feel unsafe about it. Like I felt like I would have felt if it was unsafe, and it's so crazy. I spent the whole weekend with that man and did not know his name until he was driving me back to Greensboro. I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not know your name. He was like, oh yeah, my name is da da da.
And you was living wild that weekend, a whole weekend though.
Yeah, he took me on a date. We was going out to museums. Like we had a good old time.
Had a good time. So what happened after that? You ain't never talked to him no more?
Nah, we ended up started talking to each other. He used to pick me up all the time, and then that's when we started getting into the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then that was my man for a little bit, but then I realized that he just a Charlotte hood nigga. I don't like no hood nigga. I like nerds. I like skaters. I like artists. Like drawing artists though. Like I don't want no wannabe rapper. I'm not gonna lie. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Unless your music is good. I had like one nigga that his music was actually good and I would listen to it, but maybe because the dick was good too.
Yeah, I think that probably.
Yeah, probably with that probably played.
Yeah.
That part in it.
Probably a bit different.
Yeah, that
because regardless to
he's actually number one. So yeah.
Yeah, because regardless, it's gonna be like it's different things that's gonna come with that. Like if you're a local artist, it's different things that come with being a local artist. Period. Like you got to do it, and they got to go through that process if they even gonna try to get big.
Right.
And it don't sound like you with going through that process.
It's not even that I'm not with it. It's just like long as you can still like be there for me as much as you're supposed to be as a man.
It ain't. It's gonna be hard to do.
Exactly, because you still figuring your own stuff out.
Right, because like right now, what are all your titles? Because I gave your titles at the beginning. I said, the model, the entrepreneur, everything. I don't want to just speak for yourselves. Like, what are your titles? I would like to put it all in one. It's just as an influencer. Mm-hmm. I like to influence. You will probably see me tap in a lot of things throughout my journey. I feel like me being more public now
is allowing people to see my journey. You might see me in modeling one day. You might see me doing a clothing brand one another. It's like this journey is no limitations to it. So all I want to do is let everybody know you can do anything. And everything I want to do, I'm just going to do it. I'm just one of those people that is just like, and it didn't take, this wasn't just something that just came out of like, I was born with wanting to do what I want to do. I realized that when you want to do something, you deserve it. Don't ever make yourself feel like you don't deserve that life that you already have pictured in your head. It's a picture for a reason. You didn't think about that vision for a reason. That vision was meant for you. So are you going to work for it?
All right.
You're going to sit here and just think like, oh, I want to be like this, but you're going to do the same thing working your 9 to 5. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying everybody quit your job. I know some people, but we have to have workers. That's the thing. We have to have workers.
Yeah.
Some people have to be working. So everybody can't be entrepreneurs. Everybody can't be people that come up with their own ideas. You have to have people that work. Yeah. But there's some people like me, that I like to say, that just, you're not going to sit here and offer me the bare minimum of my hard work. Absolutely not. Because I'm a perfectionist. I do everything perfectly. Try to, at least.
Not so everything. Have you ever had a job?
Yeah. I used to work at retail for 3 years. Worked at Aldo. My first job was McDonald's. I can't tell them the actual age where I got hired at McDonald's.
You were young?
I was way too young for like
14?
Yeah. I was 14 when I first got my job, because it's just like my dad was struggling and stuff like that. He can't really do the things that he needed to do, and it's like I think I always picture bigger for me. Mm-hmm. So like even with my dad, it's just like one of those things. Like I understand you going through what you go through, but I know what I want for myself. And it's like I didn't even know that I subconsciously felt that way until now. Like I actually look back, it's like, why was I grinding so hard, so bad? Like I wanted to always do something. Like I always felt like I needed to be doing something all the time. And it's because I knew that I was destined for way more than I even know that like I was destined for. I didn't know my purpose. Like, but it's like I knew I was supposed to be doing something. And it's like,
so you think that's kind of intertwined with your relationship with your dad?
I think it has a lot to do with not just my dad, but my relationships. Like not being able to have that reliability.
But where did it come from a young age? Because it had to bud from a young age. Like it had to be created at one point. So it would seem like one of the younger relationships you had would have to be your mother or your father. Do you think that it started at your father and then it grew into like this is what happened in relationships? What is your relationship with your father? Do you feel?
Well, now I would say my relationship with my father is just like, it's so sad to like talk about it. But I'm actually grateful for the relationship I have with my dad now, because I'm able to talk to him a lot more than I used to. Mm-hmm. Could not stand that man. He got to a point like I literally despised him. Like there was nothing he could say to me that I felt like was valuable. I would look him in his face and not think anything about what he's saying was valuable. And it's like, that's why I'm able to desensitize myself so much with men, because I did it with my dad at a young age. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now we unpacking.
Mm-hmm. We unpacking.
Yes, sir.
I was able to look at my dad and he would lecture. My dad is a lecturer. Because the thing about my dad, he would speak, but he do not listen.
Yeah, I think that's a trait of a lot of men.
Mm-hmm. He would speak. He would lecture you to 2 hours. He was one of them. Society, he's one of them.
They have something to say that's valuable, but
it's definitely valuable at that point. But you're not even trying. You're not understanding that sometimes with your child, you have to have a conversation. Like this is not just about you, right. And you're not. And everything that you think of is not the way I think of things. Mm-hmm. I think of things differently than you think of. Right. Your way of communicating is not the way I can communicate. My dad is a hard body person, so he feels like the way to like communicate with people is be real. Right. But you just gotta be real. But like that hurts my feelings.
See, and that kind of fit into what we are as men. Men are logical.
Yes.
Like, that's being real.
Black
like
and
logical. White. Like we a lot of times
we want it to be black and white. This is what it is, so you should feel this way. But it's hard for us to understand that
there's
women are emotional. So like, yeah, that's the emotional is the gray area. Like there's a lot of in between there that you're gonna have to understand. So you gotta listen to the other side, because like you said, like any type of relationship, it ain't just a boyfriend, girlfriend, any type of relationship. It's two sides. Both sides give and take. And how you gonna do it? You can't just be willing to only give it out. You gotta be able to listen. You gotta be able to listen to what's coming.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like, but this is why I say like, that I can't really talk about family for real. But like I had a shaky relationship with my dad. It's just like he also taught me, like God put me through that situation so I can learn about communication. Like I learned what I won't tolerate.
Right.
Through my dad.
See, yeah.
And it's like one of those things that is like, just because I didn't tolerate it, it came off disrespectful. It came off like, oh, you want to be grown. Oh, you think you're an independent woman. My dad hated me being independent. Everything I did, independent. The last thing that I took away from my dad of any type of control was my phone bill. And I only kept it there because I could have been paying my phone bill. But I kept it because he felt like he needed to be in control of something. And I kept it there. But it's just like, you couldn't even, like I said, the reliable thing. You couldn't even do that. I'm going to take control of this now. Everything in my life I'm in control of.
Do you think that relationship with your father kind of shaped the way you treat men or you are with men? Do you feel like sometimes you already know that it's hard to be able to depend on men? Because like you said, okay, the phone bill, I couldn't depend on you for that type to handle it right. So for another man, when you go to a relationship with them, do you think you carry that with you? And it might not be that specific thing, of course, but something else.
I think it's just more of, it's all about your word. I don't never put any type of expectation that you didn't already put on yourself. If you said you're going to do this, and this for me, I expect you to do those things. It's like, it got me to the point that I'm so tired of hearing people saying they're going to do something instead of just acting on it. So it's just like, when I get into relationships, I literally hold you for your word. Like I'm not.
What you said you gonna do.
You said you was gonna do this, and it's like, you said you was gonna love me like this. You said you was gonna treat me like this. Why aren't you doing it? And I feel like me not having that reliability with my dad made me look for that reliability in men. So it makes me feel like, when I feel like I can rely on them, like a man can do something that, like, I really was in a sticky situation and he really pulled me out that sticky situation, I will hold that so hard. Overly. It was the bare minimum. Yeah, too much credit. It was the bare minimum. Like, I really needed the help. That was the bare minimum. But the fact that he showed up, that's like the bare minimum, because I'm glad that you showed up. But it's like, it's not like my dad didn't show up. It was more of, he showed up when he wanted to. Yeah. When it was convenient for him. And he always used to tell me it was the gaslighting thing. You want everything to be on your time, Tonea. You want everything to be on your time. But if I call you, I don't call you and tell you I need you just for fucking fun. I told you I need you because I need you to understand the importance that I need you. I don't never tell anybody I need them. I'm a very person that do everything by myself. I've always felt like I've been already by myself. And there's reasons because of that. But it's like, I'd rather not talk about. But it's just like, I've always felt like I was always by myself. So if I come to the point when I come out my own self-comfort to be like, I need you to do this, and I can't rely on you to do it when I need you to do it, and you're trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm making it about me. It was about me. All right. In the beginning. Because I asked you. So like, it was about me.
This is the subject here.
But now you want to make it about you. Like, oh, I had to do this and I had to do that. So like, that made me feel like, it's just like that accountability and that reliability. It's just like, I've always looked for that from somebody. So when somebody actually say they're going to do something and they do it on the timing that I need them to do it, like they actually provide that need, I hold on to it too much.
Right. Again, but it sounds so okay. So on the other side of that, so when they don't do it, do you feel like it hurts you a lot more?
Yes.
Because of that?
It's like one of those things that it's like, I could have just did it by myself. I sat here and waited for you.
And you like, why did I
Because I give
put
people
that hope into you?
Why
Like,
would I even do
better.
that? I should have. It's not even like I knew better because I knew I didn't know better.
Knew better.
I should have knew better.
Yeah.
But you should.
But yeah, you saying that from your past experience, but it's not like you should be able to depend on the people that you
care about. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That depends on you.
Right. Like if you know you.
I know I have a lot of people that depend on me.
Yeah, and you know what you're doing for. I mean, it's not like you counting what you're doing for people, but you know that the people you care about, you don't care about what you do for them. You're gonna do it.
You're just gonna do it. And then it's like it gets to a point that it's just like some people just know you're gonna do it.
Right.
So it's just like I know, like if my car was a wreck now, I know I can call Tonea. I know if I was in jail, I know I can call Tonea. It depends with the jail thing. Cause I ain't just like if I told your ass to stop doing that shit and you still continue to do it and you end up in jail,
you be jail,
sit your ass in jail.
You be jail, babe?
Absolutely not.
You're not jail, babe?
Absolutely not. If you was my man around the time that you got locked up, I would get you out of jail, but we are no longer together.
So what if he got to do?
Especially because I know I already pushed you to do better.
So you saying if your man go to jail, you get him out of jail, you leaving him after that?
Basically.
God.
Basically.
But what if it's something that he could beat?
It doesn't matter we can beat. It depends on what it is. But it's like one of those things because you have to be smarter because not only when you made that decision, you didn't risk your own life, you risked both of ours.
You probably was with him while he was doing whatever he was doing, though.
Absolutely not.
You know what he's doing. This is your man.
No, I know what type of man I want. I'm not going to deal with any man that that he's doing something that puts him in jail.
Let's say, okay, he's a scammer.
Because he's a scammer. I'm going to eventually at some point as you fucking with me, and I might be that little bitch that you just talk to every now and then. Yeah. While you a scammer, you got all these things that's on you real hard, and I'm that girl that like when I call her, like it's just like that's my girl. Yeah. But I'm one of those that I'm not dealing with you until you get your life together. You have nothing legit going on. You have no.
But you saying you would.
I was too, but I know what I'm worth. I know where I'm at now. Just because I used to be like that does not mean who I am now. It's like I don't judge you. I'm not judging you for what you're doing. I'm just telling you that does not bring satisfaction to my life.
So what is your?
That's not what I need.
So what is your your vision in a man? Like what would you like if you could build your perfect man right here, right now?
Are we talking about like physically?
Emotionally? Like every aspect. We're gonna say physically, emotionally, all of that. Like
okay, we're gonna do all aspects and we're gonna like talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Physically, I already know my type, but I always never get my type. But I know my husband is probably not even my type. I'm not gonna
Okay, so what is?
It's dark skinned man, tall, 6 foot up. Mm-hmm. Gotta be. I like climb trees.
How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot.
Bro, you climbing anything. Like, how many men is not a tree? You 5 feet.
No, that nigga's a plant. Man, he ain't no damn tree. That boy is a plant. If I try to step on any of them damn stems, I'm falling over. Man. That nigga's a twig.
You 5 feet even?
Yes.
Man, come on now.
If I can't look up to you, I gotta look at you like that.
You looking up to everybody. What nigga you not looking up to at 5 feet?
No, I'm about to look up. Like, I'm a dumb.
You trying to be like...
I'm like really, like, I'm telling you, this is, and I told you, like, most of the time, like, I don't even feel like my husband is gonna be my type, though.
So you want to have a type. You want to say.
But most of my type is super bad for me. Like, super bad for me. They literally niggas that I should not be with, my type.
So what is your type? Finish your type.
Okay. Dark skinned man, 6 foot up. Straight teeth, low fade. Tattoos, not too many. Clean nails. That's very important to me. And know how to dress. It's very important to me. But it's like it's not one of those things like a done dealer because I know I can like I got drip so I can like slither that drip all the way over you, you know? I'm gonna dress you. Babe, I bought something for you today.
Look at this. This is nice.
And I'm like, yeah, babe, I just came from the mall. I just thought that these outfits would look good on you. Yeah. Babe, what happened to my shirt? You need to let that shirt go.
Nah, that's cold.
You need to let that shirt go. You gotta let that shirt go, baby. That it's got holes in it, bleach stains. Like, no.
That's why it's his favorite. It's comfortable and everything.
You you can use it for bedtime, but like
okay, you can fix the drip up. Okay.
Yeah, you can fix the drip up. Personality, you gotta be able to make me laugh. I have too much personality. I can't sit around somebody that I have to keep up the vibe. It becomes exhausting. Like I get tired. I'm just like, damn, I can't get nothing out you. Right. Like it's like personality is big on me, and then you got to be a man of God. I don't know. It's like some people like feel like they can change people's thoughts on God, but I don't. I personally feel like if God was to bring somebody in my life that needs to be introduced to God through me, they will present them as a friend, not as my man. Because I know I'm way too emotional. So it's just like I cannot be emotional with you if you don't even have a connection with God. I don't trust you with my emotions because you don't even have any source. What is waking you up every day? What is pushing you to do better? Money?
So do you make it like a thing that make sure you try to bring that up and talk about God?
I talk about God like he's my boyfriend.
No, I'm saying in the beginning, like when you first meet a man, like what do you feel?
First date type.
What do you ask him? Like, what are your feelings on God?
No, I wouldn't ask him. I'm an observer type person, as you can tell. Like even just with the falling out thing, I can tell. I love psychology. That was my favorite, like one of my favorite subjects. Psychology. It's just like you got to really think about how other people think. Right. That's why I learned about communication, because it's not about you. Right. Communication is about the other person. So it's just like I will observe throughout the first day. I talk about God faithfully. That's not something that I hold back at all. So if I see a reaction where there's like some type of discomfort, and I'm an energy person, right, I can feel energy, some type of uncomfortable vibe. You can tell like when I start bringing really up God, like I'm like, oh, so you ain't got no faith for real.
Yeah, he ain't giving you no feedback. He just listening to what you say.
It don't even have to be what you say. I can feel it. Yeah, I can feel the uncomfortable like vibe. I feel when shit get weird. Yeah. But I think that's a gift that God gave me, I feel like. Because when I feel energy, people don't understand the aspects I see and feel it. Because I will be fucking with somebody and I know something's wrong with them. They don't even know something's wrong with them.
But see, that's why I asked you about the empath thing, because that's literally the definition of empath is feeling energy.
Yes.
You can feel the energy that's in the room, and it sticks to you. And like I myself, I feel like I'm an empath, and I try not to really be around like a lot of negative stuff, because I'm gonna definitely attract that. Like, I'm not the type person, like, I could have some positive energy and I go into a room with negative energy and
I'm
probably feel negative, like, cause like it's draining me. Like, I don't like that. So my choice is to not put myself around it. A lot of times, like you said, I'm the person that I'm a videographer, so I'm cool with locking myself in the crib and not doing nothing with nobody right in front of the computer. So I'm cool with that. And people be ready to be in people's face all the time. Right. I'm just not that person.
I don't really care about other people in a way of, it's like I care about people, but I don't care about people. Like, I don't care about what you think of me. I don't care about your perspective of me. I know that whatever version you saw is the version I am. No version of me is the fake version. It's like, it's probably different sides. I think everybody have different sides. Like, everybody have different personalities. That's like, that it depends on who bring that personality out of you. Some people can bring my goofy side out to the point that I'm just acting like a crackhead, like with no crack. Crackhead with no crack.
I'm acting like a crackhead with no crack.
No, for real. Like, I'm like, you be like, this bitch is goofy. Like, she's goofy. Yeah. Like, I done did a Steve Harvey party. If y'all look on my page, y'all see it.
You did a Steve Harvey party.
I did a Steve Harvey party.
You dressed like Steve Harvey?
I sure did. I did the bald cap with the mustache and everything with the suits.
Make sure you send that to me, because it's going to be right here.
Yeah, we're going to put a little snippet. We're going to put a snippet in the video.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Definitely should do that. And we did a Steve Harvey party. It was so fun. But it's just like that's only certain people can bring that side out of me. But then there's other sides where people can bring out the pretty bitch. And then it's like, I like to think of myself as like multiple personalities, because it's not in a way of it makes me seem crazy. It makes me feel like more organized about myself. Because then it makes me get to, like I told you, I'm like an imaginary type person, like visual. So I like to see different parts of me. I know this person, she reacts this way. And this person about me, like, she reacts that way. I know whenever I start getting rah-rah, That's her, but I know that the calm part of me, she can talk her down.
Yeah.
Like,
so you feel like do you feel like that's the whatever approach that person come with you
yes.
that invokes that?
It definitely, it's like I always reflect on, like, I reciprocate. But sometimes I don't reciprocate if it's bad energy. I can't reciprocate bad energy. It just don't feel right to me. It's like, I'm not going to be bad to you just because you bad to me.
So in that scenario, what would you do?
Huh?
When it's bad energy, what do you
Remove
do?
myself.
You just like
remove myself. I don't have girls that literally like, bitch, da da da, rah rah rah. I look at her. It depends, because I told you I used to be angry, always angry, fight all the time. Like, I was just like, the first thing I automatically thought of was violence, because that's all I saw. Right. That's all I felt. Like, violence was automatically, you want to fight about it? That used to be me. Bitch would be like, you was talking, my man, he talked to you at recess, do you want to fight about it? That was my automatically go-to. Do you want to fight about it? Let's fight. I be smiling the whole time too. I like that's how I was so angry. It's like I was okay with, like, please be another person I could put my anger out on.
So when did you stop trying to display that anger then?
When I hit this girl with a brick, and now my life flashed before my eyes. Yeah, I could have went to jail, and I actually moved. That's when I moved from the west side. I moved from the west side and ended up going to the south. That's why I ended up going to McClintock, but actually the timing of things actually did not even like relate. But shout out though, we gotta talk about Miss Fight. Shout out to Miss Fight from Thomasboro. I used to go to Thomasboro. Miss Fight put me out the hood. I used to get in trouble and all that stuff, and she just saw the potential in me that I didn't see in myself and that my parents didn't see either. It was just like really hard for me, and I was just like, I was really angry. I was always angry at everybody. I wanted to fight all the time. Right. It's just like, bitch, don't play with me. Like, I was just like very rah-rah. Like, I didn't care about nobody else. I felt like it was just me against the world, like, all the time. But, like, I guess she kind of saw that in me, and she kind of told me, like, you don't got to be angry all the time. You know you don't have to act like that. You know you can remove yourself from these things. And it's like, I wasn't getting it at the time. I'm young as shit. Like, I'm young. So it's like, I'm not really getting it at the time, but like, she saw something, because I used to be smart. I used to get good grades, Yeah, girl was smart as hell, but it's just like one of those things. It's like, I always was in problems. I was in trouble. So I was out in the wrong crowd. But yeah, she just saw the potential in me, and she like signed me up to go to McClintock, because I was at Thomasboro at that time. And then she signed me up to go to McClintock because around my family, like, they really didn't have, like, we kind of just had to go to the local school. I was living with my mom around the time. And it's like, we didn't have the money to actually, like, try to be going to other schools, raffling to the Philip Berry, because you had to actually, like, the time that I went into Philip Berry, you have to raffle to get into Philip Berry. So it's like, I went there. But no, eventually. But I went to McClintock. Well, I actually was she actually signed me up to go to the auditions for Piedmont. I think it's South Piedmont. I think that's what it's called, but it's like an art school. And she signed me to do the audition. I didn't make it into that school, unfortunately, and I was so excited about it, because it's like I wanted to be a singer for like so long. So like that was like arts, is like singing, art, like doing like artistic stuff and all that stuff. But that's the school I wanted to be in it. But the other one was McClintock that I actually ended up getting into, and I ended up going there. It didn't really change my scenery, but it definitely made it better than the west side of Charlotte, personally, because it's like I moved with my dad around that time, because he was on the south side. So I was on the south side, but I was going to school on the east side. But that already was expensive, because I had to get dropped off at school. So it's just like around that time they couldn't really do all of that. But like Miss Fight, she really was fighting for me. Like, she was like, if you want her to be successful, you have to put that extra effort in. You got to do those things that's gonna, like, it's going to cost a lot more money, but this is going to help her more than you think it's going to help her. And I'm glad that she fought for me to actually change my lifestyle. She was like, she don't belong here. Yeah. Like, she don't belong. So. Yeah,
you need it. You need it.
Yeah.
Definitely in your life.
Yeah, shout out to her. I never seen her like after that. After I left Thomasboro, I've never see Miss Fight ever again, but I'm always gonna give her credit because she the one who got me out the hood.
Yeah, I think everybody got that one teacher that was special for
And
them.
she had a fat ass. Miss Fight, I just want to tell you, if she probably not gonna ever see this, that's all I'm saying. But I've always had a crush on you.
Like that thing.
I always had a crush on you.
God, man.
I love being in your classroom all the time. Like, your ass is so fat. You so pretty to me.
I told you, nigga. Is there anything else you want to leave our people with? Like a word you want to give them before you get up out of here?
Before I pop out, I'm going to say, y'all, don't move too fast. Life is going to go on no matter what. It's like really just stay in your path. And even when you feel like it isn't your path, like not only be open-minded, but don't put yourself in a box, but don't put yourself in danger either. The thing about life is you always have to have boundaries. Have boundaries of things that you won't do, that you won't deal with. And when you have those things, you will be able to be free and do like extraordinary things, but you won't be in danger while you're doing it. Protect yourself but don't put yourself in a box, but don't move too fast either, because you got your whole entire life to be an adult. I wish I knew that. Oh, yeah. I knew it, but I always got told it, but you don't never listen.
At a young age.
You got your whole entire, you only got 18 years to be a kid, and I got robbed of my childhood at such a young age. So it's just like, have your childhood and heal from your trauma. Shit, y'all be projecting.
That's a word. God.
That's a word. Heal from your trauma, for real.
Give them your social media so they can follow you.
It's your girls. Okay, hold on. What's up, guys? We go ahead and get out this mug. But it's your girl T. Y'all can follow me at Irreplaceablee.T with 2 E's. IRREPLACEABLEE.T. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So make sure y'all follow my girl. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. And until next time, y'all know what to do. Keep it in the streets.
Nice.
I'm done.
You did great. I thought it.